All right, TK, for our math class today, let's get ourselves ready. We're going to need to have our eyes forward, ears listening, mouths quiet. Again, let's get our bodies ready. Hands and feet calm. And let's get ready to do our best. In our math class today, you're going to need a handout that looks like this. You're going to need a pencil. And you're going to need your crayons. So once you have your handout and your pencil and your crayons, you can put that down to the side. And now let's get ready to roll out our objective. All right, TK, so for math today, I want you to say it with me. I can identify, that means we're gonna use our eyes, can identify and match circles, triangles, rectangles, and squares. So TK, you're going to find other circles, other triangles, other rectangles, and other squares that match the shape. You're going to be matching shapes. So you're going to need your eyes to see that, to see what other shape looks like a circle. What else? What reminds you of a triangle, a rectangle, and squares? And you're going to need your hands to point and to see which one matches. So we're going to do that with this handout. So grab your crayons, grab your pencils, grab your handout, and let's get ready to identify and match our, say it with me, circles, triangles, rectangles, and squares. Something you can also do and bring along to get ready is you can grab your bag with these shapes, with the rectangle, the triangle, the circle, and square. So go ahead and grab that bag, because that's going to help you with your handout. So when you're ready, we will begin. So just like we did last week, before we start our activity, I want us to practice counting from number 1 through number 6. So go ahead and have your fingers out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're singing our ants marching song. You can sing along and you can watch it and you can use your hands, your fingers to count as we follow along. So let's get ready.
The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one. The little one stops to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 2 by 2. The little one stops to tie his shoe, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 3 by 3. The little one stops to climb a tree, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 4 by 4. The little one stops to shut the door, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 5 by 5. The little one stops to take a dive, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom.
Last last
The
one.
ants go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 6 by 6. The little one stops to pick up sticks, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching.
All right, TK. So now we had our ants marching all the way up to 6 of them were marching down. And now we were able to count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Anytime you see anything like your crayons, you can count those, count 6 of them, practice counting. When you see your shapes, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can stop there, or you can keep going. But we can always practice our counting. All right, TK, so now we're going to get ready to continue our activity. All right, TK, for our math activity today, we're going to review our shapes, okay? So there are different types of circles and squares and rectangles all over this handout. We're going to start by looking at this square right here, at this one. So here is a picture of a boat. In the picture of the boat, what I want you to do is go ahead and grab a pencil, and you're going to circle, do a circle around. What shape looks like the shape on the boat? Circle that right now. Okay. Then you can grab a crayon and color it in. Color in the shape. Does the boat look like a circle? Does it look like a square? Or does it look like a triangle? Stop and think. Color the shape that reminds you of the boat. And then we have our shapes here on the side to help you. Now what you can do is we're going to look at this balloon here. Okay. All right. What does the balloon look most like? You could even like trace it like this with your finger. Does it look like a long circle? This is called an oval. Does it look like an oval? Does it look like a square? Or does it look like a round circle? Pick one and use your pencil to circle the shape, then your crayons to color your shape. Okay, which shape right here reminds you of the balloon? That's the only one we're looking at right now. Which one reminds you of the balloon? And then color it in. Take your time, and if you need to pause the video, pause the video. Okay? Our next one is this. We're going to look at this box right here. Let's look at this. This is a picture of a flag. We have a flag in our classroom. I'll show it to you right now. So I'm going to raise this up. And then if you look, that is the flag of our country. Okay, now we're going to go slowly and carefully here. Okay, so you saw a flag in our classroom, and now I'm telling you that this flag right here, look at it carefully. Tell me, what shape does it look like? Does it look like this square? Does it look like the circle? Or does it look like the rectangle? What is the shape of the flag? Pick the shape of the flag. Circle it with your pencil. And then color it with your crayon. All right, TK, when you're done with these three, then we're going to move on to the next one. In our next one, Our next one right here, we're going to then look at, this is a yo-yo. Pick the shape. What shape does the yo-yo look like? Does it look like this triangle? Does it look like this circle? Or does it look like this circle? What shape does the yo-yo look most like? So just color the shape you see in each picture. What shapes do you see here in this picture? Okay, some of these shapes as we're moving on, okay, as like this one, we haven't talked about this shape yet, but you can use your eyes to match it. Can you find the shape here that looks like the clock? The shape of the clock is a hexagon. Can you find the hexagon? All you need to do is like use your finger and trace it. Can you find the one that looks like this one? Does this one look like the clock? Does this one look like the clock? Or does this one? Make your choice, circle it with your pencil and then color it in. All right, next up we have this is called a cube, but you see some shapes inside this cube and on it. Which shape do you see on the cube? This one, or this one? On the cube, which shape do you see? Circle with your pencil and then color in the shape that looks just like the one on this cube. And then last, we're gonna go to our last row. Right here we have a kite. This kite, look at it carefully. Which shape does the kite look like? Or does this shape look like our kite? Or this one? Or this one? Pick the shape that looks like the kite. Circle the shape that looks like the kite. And color it in. All right, now we're gonna move on to this one. It can be a little tricky, but in this picture here, what shape do you see in it? Is it this one, or this one? Look at it closely. Grab your pencil, circle your answer, then color it in with your crayon. And last, we have here is a ball in the form of a sphere. We'll talk about that later. But what shape do you see it has? Does it have this shape? Does the ball have a shape of a square? Or does the ball have a shape of a circle? I'm going to do this last one with you so that you know how you're supposed to have the rest of them look. And I'm going to get ready. So, step one, I'm going to answer this one with you. This one looks like this one to me. It looks like a circle. So I'm going to circle my answer like this. I just went like this right now. And then I'm going to color in my answer. So it's colored and then I circled it in. I'm going to do one more with you. I'm going to do this one at the bottom. I saw this shape right here. I saw a rectangle. So you see that I drew a circle around the rectangle. And now I'm going to color the rectangle in. All right, TK, I look forward to seeing this work on Class Dojo. I hope you can also use some of these to check that you match the correct shapes. So this was our activity to match and identify our shapes. This is it for our math class.